Hey guys, it's me again, Joanna. How's it going? Yeah, I look a bit different than my last video. You know, it's not good to put makeup on every day. It's really not good for your skin, so no makeup today. And normal hair. Yes, I have short brown hair that I chopped off like last month for my birthday because I'm trying to get it to grow all one length, and even though look at that, that's just falling out. And this is what I want to talk about though, as part of what I'm going to talk about today. So as you can see by the title, this video is called Living with Anxiety. I have anxiety which factors into my depression as oh my god, my hair's everywhere. Yeah, so the depression and anxiety kind of work together to make my life hell, to be fair. If you have depression, you may end up having anxiety, or the other way around, because yeah, they're two different things but can be quite similar as well. So you really need to kind of work out what you actually have if you have a mental illness. So I know for a fact that I have depression and anxiety because I've been diagnosed with them, and I just know within myself. My anxiety gets bad and it can turn into paranoia though, which is not helpful when it comes to relationships in my everyday life at all. It can get very bad and a bit out of hand at times, and I'm going to go into all of that and what actually goes on in my head and what happens when I end up having anxiety attacks. I may have had a couple of panic attacks in my life, but I can't say for sure. Panic attacks and anxiety attacks are very different. I think panic attacks are probably more about your body. Anxiety attacks can be like more about your head, or that's what I've found anyway. For me, when I have a panic attack, it's my whole body like shut down, but an anxiety attack when I have them, it's like my brain is like wanting to scream and escape my head, if that makes sense. So yeah, I did a video on depression the other day, you can go check that out. I'll put a little card above there for you, or just go check out the rest of the playlist that this video will be in. And now I'm talking about anxiety, which is another symptom I have. It's fantastic being me some days. That's another reason I didn't want to like do my face and everything, because I wanted to show you the physical effects of my anxiety. So I like break out, if you can see on my neck, which is minging, I know, and my face. I have been quite lucky when it comes to my skin and acne and stuff like that, because when I was a teenager it never got really bad. I used to get like stuff on my forehead, I used to get quite a few spots, but it was never massive and I could control it. I never had to really deal with it, so I feel like I'm quite lucky. I get very dry skin. That's probably due to my diet mainly, and the fact I don't drink enough water, and probably also just the environment I'm in. Like, I don't go out a lot, like I said in my previous video, due to my mental state and the fact that I don't really have much money, even though it don't cost you anything to walk, does it, Joe? No. But yeah, it's hard. And so yeah, I get very dry skin, which I'm trying to get under control. I'm trying because when I'm feeling down as well, I don't like taking care of myself. I don't eat, I don't drink enough, I don't sleep well, I don't maintain a beauty regimen, I just, yeah, become a potato or a cabbage and unhealthy and eat junk food. Like when I'm feeling depressed, takeaways have become such a bad thing for me. Like seriously. Mental health and spending money on junk food, they're my two biggest factors at the moment. Or just spending money in general. Like money in general, like I said in my previous video, makes me sad because this world revolves around it. If you don't have it, you're kind of screwed. But let me get on to anxiety then. So my anxiety, I've worked out with my counsellor that I'm seeing nowadays. I developed anxiety as a child, it seems. You see, I got bullied when I started nursery, and it didn't stop until I left school, to be fair, maybe even college. So from being 3-4 years old up until about 18, I've got bullied. And so we kind of think that some of my anxiety, my social anxiety, stems from that, because at a young age I didn't think being me was good enough. And that's incredibly sad to say about a 4-year-old. Like, I do remember being bullied at nursery, 3-4 years old, and I do remember that. I only have very vague memories, but I do remember these couple of girls who used to pick on me, and for some reason I was their target. And I never had any impairments, I was just a regular child, but when it came to that kind of environment I became quite shy and I was very quiet. So that'll be one factor. I was like that throughout school. I was intelligent and apparently a SWAT or a teacher's pet, and if I had children nowadays I would encourage them to be that. Like, I don't see anything wrong with people wanting to learn and be intelligent, but unfortunately the vast majority of people in my schools thought that was a trait worthy of bullying. So I thought, oh, okay, there's something wrong with me. And I never really knew who I was. I just couldn't become who I wanted to be because I thought I was doing something wrong and I needed to do what everybody else wanted me to do. And so when I found friends who actually accepted me, I tried to fit into that group, like majorly. Like in upper school, when I was around 13 to 16, I became friends with all like the emos and moshes in my year, and still to this day could be classed as an emo, an alternative, fine, but I tried so much to become like the stereotypical emo because I thought that's what my friends and my peers wanted me to be. I would listen to music like secretly that weren't like that my friends didn't like. For example, they all liked obviously rock music, MCR, Panic at the Disco, which I love to this day, but I ended up enjoying other kinds of music like pop music or dance or R&B or hip hop or rap, or I love every kind of music, to be fair. There's probably artists from every single genre that I enjoy listening to. But I thought I couldn't because I was so scared of being bullied from my friends, and unfortunately that happens as well. This isn't going to be about bullying, this video, which I have already done a video on, but I'm just trying to tell you where my social anxiety stems from, and being told that you can't be yourself, you're not good enough, you're weird, you're a freak for being who you want to be, you look odd, you look strange, even though you're just a human being. And like I said, I never had any like impairments. I just wore a lot of black and liked to dye my hair, and that was it really, and that wasn't good enough. So I've become socially anxious and socially awkward in a lot of situations because I don't feel good enough. I feel like I need to hide my personality away so people accept me. Thankfully nowadays I'm kind of, you know, opening up, and I'm kind of like, actually, fuck it, I like who I am and I'm gonna be who I want to be, and no one's gonna stop me from being that because I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just me. So nowadays, yeah, I'm not as socially anxious and socially awkward. I still am though, because I still feel like everybody hates me. Like I still feel like even friends I have now, they are somehow conspiring against me and they all hate me for some reason, even though they wouldn't hang out with me if they hated me that much, really. But that's just because it happened when I was a kid. It happened throughout my childhood up until late teens, and then with relationships it's still happening now, where I don't feel good enough, and it's not helped my anxiety at all. Once again I check my camera to see if it's still recording. So that's like where my social anxiety stems from, I think. I'm also anxious that bad things are going to happen, which is due to personal things in my life happening to me and to people around me. I have lost family members at a young age. I have been to several funerals already in my life. I've had incredibly bad things happen to me and my family. I will not go into because it's very personal, so sorry. But yeah, loads of bad things have happened in my life, so I'm always thinking something bad's around the corner. Something good happens and I'm like, no, that's not right. There's something bad's going to like cancel that out. We need balance in this universe, so something bad's got to happen. And that's just purely my anxiety speaking, because more often than not, nothing seriously bad really happens. Like when I get some good news, I just need to have the good news, take it, it's mine, I can have that good news. But my anxiety is telling me, nah, something's gonna happen. The worst thing is when I'm on like public transport. I still don't really know where this comes from, because I've never been in a car crash, I've never been in an accident, I don't know anyone who has been in a serious accident, but I fear that when I'm in a car or any kind of transport, that's gonna crash and everyone is going to die or get seriously injured. My counsellor asked me, what about me? Do I think about myself? And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm more interested in the people around me who are going to die. I feel like my life not worth it, and I can just, you know, disappear and nobody would really care, which is quite sad to say out loud, and hard, but it's the truth. That's what my mind, that's how it goes. Like, when I'm in those situations, I'll be absolutely fine, and then I'll all of a sudden be like, oh, I'm on a bus, oh no, it's likely to crash, even though there's like probably 1% or less that it's gonna crash. But I'm like, okay, so if it does crash, then that's fine, because I'll just die. I know this might be like triggering people, and I'm really sorry. I will put a trigger warning, to be fair, on the start of this video, but that's just what goes through my mind, and that's my anxiety. And it's horrible. Like, I honestly just feel in the pit of my stomach this dread all the time. I just have dread, and I'm worried all the time. I'm scared about the future. I feel like I'm going to fail my degree. I feel like something's gonna happen to me before I get to even graduate. I feel like the world's gonna end. Just, yeah, maybe not that extreme, but I have dread all the time, and it don't help in my personal life, it don't help with relationships, because I accuse people of doing things. I may not do it to the face, but I'm doing it in my head. Like, they're always doing something behind my back, they're always planning on cheating on me, they're going to leave me for someone else, and that's only because it happened. Unfortunately, my track record's not been fantastic at choosing partners. Say partners loosely, they haven't been partners, because if I think of partnership, then I can't really say I've had one, or a strong one anyway. And yeah, so when it comes to relationships, my anxiety just, it's like a switch turns on. As soon as I get feelings for somebody, that's it. My anxiety tells me, oh my god, if they are speaking to you 24/7, they are up to something. Why aren't they talking to you? Oh my god, what are they doing? Who are they with? And that's constant. And I've tried telling people this, like who I've been in relationships with, and unfortunately they feel like it's an attack, and I'm trying to tell them, no, it's not. I swear to you, it's not an attack. This is just how my brain works. And yes, sometimes people have been supportive, but more often than not, they haven't. So my anxiety has just gotten worse when it comes to this kind of thing. And also, the people in my life, like my family members, my parents, they're not in happy relationships, and I've seen relationships fail around me. I've seen people break up and be unhappy, and yeah, so apparently my counsellor has told me that that has actually affected me when it's come to relationships, sorry, when it's come to relationships as well. Because if you are around unsuccessful, unhappy relationships, then you potentially will end up having one yourself, because it's a learned behaviour. It's all about nature and nurture, and unfortunately I have been nurtured to be an anxious wreck like the vast majority of the time. I've been nurtured to not feel good enough, and that's not, I can't stress this enough, that's not really my parents' fault or anyone's fault. It's just the society I've been in and the people I've been around. I'm not blaming people for my mental health issues in any way. There are a couple of people in my life that I would blame for severely impacting my mental health, but I can't blame everyone for it, because I have let myself get affected as well, and I can't stress that enough. We are in control of our own minds and our own bodies. So we need to just try and fix ourselves. And I can't stress this enough either, because I've had people tell me this before, that I should help them and it's up to the people around us to help us. And no, first and foremost, it's up to us to help ourselves, because if we don't help ourselves, nobody else can help us. And I can't stress that enough, because I've been blamed by people for not helping them and not supporting them, even though I've been there through thick and thin with them. But because they have got better miraculously with me being there, they thought it was my fault, that I haven't supported them enough. And once again, that's created my anxieties as well, feeling that I can't do anything right and that I'm not good enough. So now I'm a nervous wreck. Yay. But it's good to talk about it though. It's good to reach out to people, and it's good to actually just kind of talk. Like, I think it's good to actually just speak your thoughts. Like, people might think you're crazy, but if all your thoughts are like piling up, go somewhere quiet and just talk to yourself. Like, I've tried writing it down and it helps a lot, but I feel like actually speaking and articulating what's going on in my head helps more. And once it's like out, like into the ether, I kind of let it go. And I think that's a strength we have as well. That's like a power we have. We can speak out, we can scream if we like, and it's releasing all this energy. And so that's kind of why I'm creating these videos. My camera's dying, so I'm gonna have to go, but thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to check out my links below, subscribe, turn the bell on, like this video, leave a comment if you want to have a discussion or say hi, and check out my Patreon that I have now, which is down below, because all the support that you give will make a world of difference. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.